And what we're going to look at now is what it looks like as far as practically having like a practice exit plan, checklist, and timeline. So we'll talk about, here's what you do 3 to 5 years out, 2 years out, 1 year out, 3 to 6 months out, and so forth. So this is really helpful for you if you are in that place where you're in that, that final stage of transitioning out of practice. So the first thing is, 3 to 5 years out, you want to be defining your exit goals, figure out, what kind of an exit strategy you're doing, what is that retirement date, what's your financial goals to be at that point, what you're going to do post-sale. Are you going to be involved in some way for a bit or not? What are you going to do after you stop practicing? Are you going to go into a different business? Or are you going to, whatever you're going to do? And then this is, usually when you would want to, usually about 3 years out or so, you try to get a professional practice valuation where you bring a business broker in and have them give you a full breakdown. And they may give you some areas where you can focus in on to improve the value of the practice. And that may be something that you can work on over those 3 to 5 years to maximize the sale price. Also in this, you want to be working on making sure that, everything is accurate. You have accurate financial records. You're optimizing revenue, right? By reducing expenses, improving collections, automating systems, right? And developing an exit strategy. Who's going to stay on with the practice? Who will be there, when you transition over? And how are you going to transition your patients effectively? Developing a plan for all this types of stuff and having that, of course, that associate doctor in the practice at that point is crucial. So then 2 years out, this is really when you want to continue to focus on maximizing the business value, increase profitability by, expanding services, retaining patients longer, becoming more efficient, seeing more patients per week, reducing personal reliance on the practice by empowering associates and staff, right? So that's, it's not relying as much on you. And, making sure that you have clear documentation, SOPs for every aspect of the operation of the practice. You want to be really getting that dialed in a couple of years out before sale. And this is also when you want to be identifying potential buyers, right? Either working with a business broker or other ways. Consider selling either, to your associate, to another chiropractor, that may be in your local area, or another group, or a new doctor coming out of school, whatever it may be that you're looking to sell to. And if you're selling externally, like I said, that's when you really want to be working with a business broker. You want to vet buyers carefully, ensure that they're a good cultural, operational fit for your patients, your team, and then really, really dial in the tax implications at that time, about 2 years out. This is when you want to talk with that CPA and financial planner to minimize tax burdens, explore options like the installment sales, asset allocation strategies, different things like that. Now, about a 1 year out before the exit, this is when you actually are going to be negotiating the sale. You want to finalize that sales structure. Either it's a lump sum payment, it's seller financing, some sort of other transition. This is when you actually draft the agreements. You include purchase price, non-compete clauses, transition terms, all those kinds of things. You want to ensure that all the legal and financial paperwork's in order. You want to start to communicate the transition to staff and patients. You want to be wise on this. Don't do it too soon. Don't do it too early, but tell staff privately, address their concerns, develop a patient transition plan, messaging strategy, how you're going to communicate it to patients. And then start scheduling some joint patient appointments with a new doctor. This is usually, it can be that more in that 3 to 6 month range. Plan your post-practice life. What are you going to do afterwards? Make sure you're in that strong personal financial position. Explore new career consulting or investment opportunities that you may be doing after you're out of practice. And then lastly, that 3 to 6 months before exit, you want to finalize the agreements, legal details, review the contracts with an attorney, ensure patient records, staff transitions plans are documented, assist with marketing for the new doc so that they can retain the patient flow, execute the patient and staff transition, right? Hosting like meet and greet events to introduce the new doctor, offer a smooth handoff period, and then prepare for the final transition, right? Then the last few months, last month even, transfer business licenses, insurance, legal obligations, set a final departure date and ensure proper closure at that point, and then celebrate your success, your legacy, that it's been passed on well to a new doctor, new owner of the practice.